Alison in Canada would like to talk about asexuality. Alison, you are on with Megan and Christy.
Howdy.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
We can.
Absolutely.
Okay, excellent. Hi, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm actually on the show.
Yep. So you wanted to talk to us about asexuality?
I do, I mean, I would. I've never really before, in fact, I will have to admit that I think the term is ace they use. I just realized yesterday that I am one.
Okay, well, congratulations on that self-discovery. It sounds very fresh.
I mean, I've always known that I don't like sex. I mean, I never have. It's never appealed to me. Just never been an interest. I've had at least 5 different serious romantic relationships, and sex for me was never part of that. I mean, it was for them, but definitely made relationships challenging. And I don't know anybody else. I mean, I've tried to explain how I feel towards sex to everybody I know, and no one gets it. To be honest, I'm not even really sure I get it. But over the last week or so, I've kind of been looking into it, and I found this one great site is called Avon. And for anyone that's wondering if they might be asexual, it's a real thing. And it turns out there is nothing wrong with you or me. It's just the way that I am. I've been this way my whole life. So I think it's important that people understand that, because it is really hard to explain to someone when you just lack a sexual desire or need or interest at all. I mean, it's just, there's nothing there at all.
Yep. Christy, you are more of the expert on this, though I am aware of and familiar with the term. Maybe you can give us a better kind of primer for our audience on what asexuality is.
Yeah, you know, it suffers from a branding issue, if I can say that. That feels like such a weird way to look at our humanity. But we talk in terms about, yeah, he's got a healthy libido. I mean, that's maybe the way we throw away terms when we talk about somebody's sex drive. And the higher, the better is sort of the way that we've all been taught and explained. And, you know, certainly there are things that can interfere with our natural libidos. You know, if you experience some form of trauma or you go through these different experiences that maybe you just don't enjoy the partners that are around you, the people that you've met. And so that can hamper our sexuality, but that's not the same thing.
Some medication as well.
Yes, absolutely. And so when somebody's in that type of experience, we want to ask the question of, you know, what can we do to help if somebody's wanting to change their libido or to see that maybe better reflect who they are as a person. And so because we so often come at things from that sort of epidemiological
thinking
direction,
that there's something wrong.
Right, like we're trying to solve a problem and we're trying to run it to ground and we're trying to ask people like Alison, well, what happened to you? Who hurt you? What can we change about you to fix you? And that is completely missing the boat of your experience. I don't know you. I don't know your story, and maybe there is some trauma in your background, but none of that needs to have anything to do with how you identify, whether it's as asexual or demisexual or maybe highly sexual. And I'm wondering what it's been like for the past, week, 24 hours as you embrace that about yourself.
Well, when I first heard the term or discovered the term asexuality, I mean, I understood it as just a lack, almost like how atheism is a lack of a belief in God, where asexuality is like a lack of a sexual drive. And I've just never had that. I mean, I could go back many years and think of maybe some traumas that, might have encouraged that type of thinking, I suppose. But then, as I got older and more mature, and I think they call it a heterosexual, hetero attraction. I mean, I find myself physically attracted to men, but there's no sexual desire. I mean, I have no interest in that part, but I do like intimacy and being close. So I have had relationships, some good, some bad, but it all, sexually speaking, I mean, it all just feels the same. There's nothing people tell me that, oh, you've had a bad relationship, so you just haven't found the right person yet. And when you find the right person, you know, everything's going to change for you. Well, I fell in love with a man a few years ago, at least 5 years ago, and he was wonderful, and he was perfect, and he was everything that I wanted, and he had an extremely high sex drive. It was all the time, every time, and every day, and I just never had that. I mean, it's like I was connected to him on every level except with sex. Mm-hmm. And even though we had it, it was pretty much for him and not for me.
Right.
And it was really hard to explain that to him, especially since his sex drive was so, I don't know. For me, it was over the top. Maybe it was normal. I have no idea, to be honest with you. But it's definitely been confusing. That's why it always comes down to, you know, is there something wrong with me? And it's funny because when I say that, people are like, oh, no, there's nothing wrong with you. But then they go into it'll work out this way, or, you know, you just find someone else. It's like they just don't get it. By them saying, oh, you know, this is going to happen, even though I know it won't, it's like they are saying that there is something wrong with me because it's not, to them, it's not normal that I just don't have a sex drive or that I never will.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's just really hard to make people understand that this is what it is. I mean, I'm just very accepting it myself. I didn't want to. I think I was afraid. I don't know anyone. I'm afraid of that. Now that I know and that I accept it, it's a really tiny piece of the population. I mean, from what I've read and learned just over the past week, it's like maybe 1% of the population. And I live in a city of 17,000 people, so there could possibly be 170 people in this town that are like me. And I don't know who they are, so it just makes connecting on a romantic level really challenging. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important that people should know that just because we don't like sex, it doesn't mean we don't want to be close to people and, you know, be kissed and cuddled and touched, because
Intimacy.
I absolutely love all those things. But for me, that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point that people often miss, is that being asexual doesn't make you aromantic. And it is possible to be the opposite, to be aromantic and still have a very high sexuality. But yeah, if what you're saying is true, you know, there might be 170 people, and, you know, I wonder how many of them even know that about themselves. You know, if you're just now coming to this point where you're having permission and the right information to be able to acknowledge that about yourself, I wonder how many people around you are in the same or a similar situation. It's a tough spot to be in, especially in a small town, especially when there's so few people talking openly and honestly about different ways to be human.
Absolutely. I think that is the biggest thing, is that for some reason sex is like you guys were saying before, it's all around us, but we're not allowed to talk about it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's really taboo even in my family. I mean, I'm an atheist, and the majority of them are Christian, but they don't care that I'm an atheist. They really don't care. But when it comes to things like sex, there's all these biases about, I mean, I see it in them, that even them accepting the existence of the alphabet community, I call them, even they have trouble accepting, you know, that there are people that are, you know, bisexual or gay or pansexual. And it's like, if they can't even understand that, it's like, how the heck are they going to understand that there's a lack thereof, you know?
Sure.
And for them, it's like everyone's set in this mind frame of, you know, you got to get married and you got to find the perfect man or the perfect woman, and that's just the way that it is. And I know that for my family, a lot of that comes from the religious, the Christianity that they're a part of. So, and the worst is they're like, oh, because I'm 34, and I've always dreamed of having a family. And the women in my family, oh, Tiffany, Mr. Alison. Sorry, I'm really nervous. Heck, what was I saying? Anyway, I lost my train of thought there.
Oh, that's
well,
okay.
we definitely wish you luck in sorting through all of this. And
Yeah.
again, congratulations on recognizing this about yourself and embracing who you are. And yeah,
It's a step.
Yeah, it is, and it can be a difficult one. You know, certainly we wish you the best, and I hope that it's a smooth transition. But I would encourage you to seek out, you know, a sex-positive therapist or some other organizations that, you know, there are a number of different meetup groups and people who share that experience. And I would encourage you to be in community. You know, you might not feel like you're in a place where you need that, and I definitely support that. But I think there will likely come a time when you want to be able to talk about and share these experiences with somebody who not just appreciates you, but who understands it and recognizes it in themselves. And there's a lot of great resources out there. I hope you'll take a look at.
Absolutely. I mean, I know I have already started, like I had mentioned Avon before, so I just started reaching out there today. And I got in touch. There is a local LGBTQ community where I live. And as far as I know, it's very small, but I mean, it's still there. So I reached out today, and they've given me a couple of resources. So I'm just going to keep looking. But yeah, no, it's great. I do feel a sense of relief now that I've accepted it. I'm like, this is what I am. And that's all I can be.
Well,
Hey, well, congratulations.
Anyway,
Good luck.
thank you so much for taking my call.
of course.
And I'll
thank you.
listen in. I think the show is a great idea. So I'll be.
Hey, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Well, that was definitely, I think, an important topic that we can address again some other episode. I think asexuality is definitely an interesting and often overlooked area of the rainbow, shall we say.
Absolutely. And again, I would encourage people to write in, you know, to send us those emails about the topics that you'd like us to cover as we're moving forward.